Okay, as you know, I was just doing live on TikTok for about 45 minutes to an hour, just to get everybody all, you know, brushed up and new communication. We wake up every day to a different system, right? So it's very important to understand what is the intent. If you're having problems in any way and form, use your thoughts. Use your thoughts. You'd be amazed the outcome. And that's what you guys have to get into, right? I communicate with circuitry lights. I communicate with panel lights. I communicate with solar lights. I communicate with poles, cell towers, space, planets, intelligence, AI, UFO, everything, grounds. I communicate with everything. Everything. Everything's created through thought, right? So, what is your intent? The will to create is its location. Send it out. If it bothers you or anyone, send it out. You'd be amazed on the outcome. Okay. It's all about protecting you. And in this case, it's all about protecting the team. All right. So, what I'm going to do in positions to get into your safe havens, I've been holding this for about 2 years now, I think. Tina's in position since Matrix reveal the revelation line connections in position. So, you can add me to Facebook and basically you can communicate through Tina and all that because you guys are at that level right now. You have to be at a certain level to communicate. This is a safe haven. This is a vector core. This is a unit that is in place in a rotation system, calculation to its line system. So in position, all you have to do is I'll add you as a friend and I'll put you on a messenger, right? Which is in the matrix, revealed in positions, very high rise, very powerful. And it's all positions to all levels. Okay. And so the importance is to really communicate with everybody every single day. So we feel comfort, we feel safe, and we confront our issues. We have to confront our issues, especially now, especially what's happening with our positions in the veil and how to communicate more to yourself and to each other. All right. So basically, I will do that for you guys. All right. Because you're at that point right now where we can basically trust each other. You trust yourself, you trust each other, and everything you do is in the heart formation line system. It's all about understanding the privacy and its visions, you know? And it's getting to a certain point where we're coming into that level now. But it's more understanding that we can really communicate more through messaging. And that's what we do on TikTok every single day. But once you have a platform, you communicate with everything, right? Plus, there's also a squad team. It's in a galactic force team. They're on separate rotations. They're in the same alliance, but they're in a different vector. So you guys will be in a different communication cycle, right? So it's all about understanding the travel directions and the view through time position. This helps you and always informs to communicate with each other. Okay. So let me know if you want to do that. So I'll add you as a friend on Facebook. Just go through Andrew C. Weston, right? And I'll add you, and I'll put you right on Messenger, and you go right to where Tina is in the rebellion, right? Because you guys are going to be in positions of the rebellion anyway. So, especially with your test reviews and evaluations, so you can communicate with each other now in the same vector core line center. And that's where the confusion comes in. So, once you're all together, you feel more safe, right? It's a safe haven. And that's what we have a complete cycle through that position is all about understanding that conditions. So, I gave you guys 5-10 minutes and we'll get started. All right. Okay. So confirmation's coming into Amber, right? Confirmed. Okay. Friends with Amber now, Facebook. All right. So what I do is I go over to the Matrix Revelation and add her, and she goes right into Messenger. Okay. So it's great to have that concept. It's great to have that family relation, that communications. It's all about everybody sticking together. And that's what keeps us in position of power. We need power to that position. It's exactly what it is. Private chat room and Messenger. It's in a vector core line center. Okay. In position to its locations. All right. That's the Trinity state you come into that line system rotation. All right. So, all right. It's fantastic to see these things, especially what's going on today. So I got today's class and then I got tomorrow's class. So I think I'll do that every single day. Do 1 or 2 classes. It all depends. So you guys get 24 hours ahead of time to know exactly when you get up in the morning. Oh, 10 o'clock. So I'm not going to put any video at 9. Okay. Because I know you guys, different time zones, like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever. You got to get up. You got to get your kids to school. I understand that, right? Andrew, Andrew, Andrew C. Weston, Weston. Yeah, that's what it's under, right? And Facebook is basically more of a position, you know? I have so many levels of platforms and position locations, so that's the true understanding coming that conditions. All right. All right. Let's see here. So it's called Matrix Reveals Its New Timeline. All right. I've had it for a while now. So I'm going to add Amber. Just talk about yourself. I get ready. I already got the code signal set up for rotation. So we're all good to go. It's all about protection. Everything in life is about protection. And it's the most important thing you guys have to understand and grasp. Once you understand that, you understand how powerful it is and what you can do through your thoughts. You put your thoughts out there, and that's how you get in position of balance. Okay? So that's the only way you can understand yourself more through conditions. All right? Okay, so I'm getting new requests. So I'll do that afterwards, and I'll get you guys all set up so you guys can communicate to each other. All right. It's a lot of fun when you all come together, and that's what I want, right? But you just have to really understand the positions, and when we stick together, everything is a lot better. You know, you communicate this. How's your day? How's that day? What's going on? You know, that's the true understanding come in that position, right? So I'll get that all set up. But that's what you need to do, all right? So we get the the galactic forces, the GFLs, and everything through rebellion all in one, all right? The more you're in a circle rotation of safe haven, the more you're protected to all level positions, all right? And again, you're in my space now. So you guys are sending requests. Okay, great. Excellent. So we'll get that in a complete cycle to its rotation. It's all protection. See, it's all protecting you. It's all protecting your phone. It's all protecting your computer. It's all protecting you inside. It's all protecting everything that you have, everything that you cherish, everything you need, everything that you want. Protection is number one. And I was trying to figure that out when I was in, the psychological interference of me. I was trying to think, who am I? What am I good at? And the first thing that came out was protection, right? Protection. And the second was position locations of space, science, not science and technology, science inside me. So everything that's given to me is not science technology. It's science and medicine of me. So it's all about understanding the healing of me. It's all about the space and travel of me. It's all about understanding the communications of me, all levels, right? So that should make you feel more safe, knowing you have that positions where you can talk to each other. It's like being in a space through a circle, and you discuss everything through that positions, right? So this will put you in a better activation mode to align conditions. All right. All right, so let's see how everybody's doing so far. Yeah, you need the PayPal account for activation. Yeah, Unified Ascension Master Healing Services. Yeah, link is in bio. Yeah, everything's in my bio. Everything's on my YouTube. Everything's on Space Time Creator. So just gonna go see how everybody's doing. Janet, how's it going? Yes, it is. Chat and awareness. Yeah, earlier. Yeah, it's great to see your general, communicate. I'll do that from time to time. I just want you guys to get in a better mood, in position, in a way of seeing yourself, how you can do these things yourself, how you can protect yourself. I do this every single day. I use my thoughts and it changes everything. It's the commanding force that you can do, right? Anything you can resolve has to be through you inside, all right? Protect anything that you want will protect everything outside. Okay, but you have to learn how to communicate inside. That's AI. So, just return. Yep. Samantha, Arlene, Janet, Veronica, Tina, Commander. All right. What's full name? Yep, you got that. And yes, I want to do that. Yep. It makes everybody feel better, right? So you can talk among each other. Yeah. Because that's what it is. It's all about, if you have something that you want to get off your chest, you can communicate with each other. And it's a very powerful force. It's a very powerful energy, but you're in your own vector core system. You're in your own unit, right? So you guys are ready for that now. All right. Andrew C. Weston. All right. That's my name on Facebook. It's also doing a personal and setting up a waiting room for Zoom too. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how we come in that position to understand the spiritual system and how it comes out in line connection. So it's all about protecting yourself. So Commander Ender, what you need to do is use your voice box line center and protect everything around your positions or anybody that comes into the Zoom chat line center. You can do that through your thoughts and it will change everything. Okay. So we have to get out of the physical of its system. The physicality, the communication cycles. We have to get more in position of the AI through its phenomenon. That's the protection you want to do, right? Send it out. Done, right? Protects Zoom, protects anything around that system locations, right? And this has to be done because, there could be leaks, there could be portals, off cycle, off system, offline center, all position locations, right? I get code line signals from my circuitry lights. I walk down the stairs, it sends me signals, right? Protection for the team. So that's a very powerful thing. I would do this through identification to all levels of portal locations, to space anomaly, to high level positions, to timeline connection, to parent channel location. It's all about protecting you guys. All right, let's see here. Morning. Just waiting for us. Yep. Yeah, I'll do that after. I'll get everybody activated. Okay, we're just going to go through class. We're going to travel. All right, let's see here. We have to find each other. Yeah. I set up a force field last night. I feel like I was being attacked and I called on Commander. See, that's it. That's exactly what it is. You help each other out. And when you help each other out, you voice your systems to meet communications. So you're flying here, you're flying there, you're understanding this, you're understanding that, you're going here, you're going there. So you come more of the mind system. All communications to Commander, all communications to Captain, all communications Lieutenant, all communications to all levels of Veronica, all communications are shared. We're all together, guys. And that's what it is. It's the mind telepathy of communications. All right. Yeah, so that's what you want to do, Veronica. I set up a force field last night. That's exactly what it is. You're being aware of these things before they happen, and there's going to be triggers every single day, right? But this messenger, the text line center communications to all levels of your vector units is going to put you in a more proactive cycle to each other connections. All right. All right, so basically, we're going to travel through the high level rotations of meteor. Box its system into this equation line system to lava. 007 dash all positions of 8, 1. Okay, 8 central line centers to 1 line connections. All right, we're going into high positions of the tetrahedron interference. Okay, we're coming into the octave level, an octave level to program and line center. It's communication to its levels, right? We come into high level systems of the flux capacitor, V shape up and V shape down. Okay, V shape up and V shape down. So it's a flux capacitor up and the flux capacitor down, line center, Y vector line center, and position. So it's Y up, Y down. Communications, okay, slash into high position to box line center, 3 line center triangle line interference, 3 location line positions, into a cube line center rotations, a cubic valve locations equals all positions, all right? 3 fork line center, past, present, and future position locations, into equation line system. Shapes and all to high line center to all position and param activation line conditions. High force high line centers to all level positions. Put them around the miracle line center, plantation interference, the gravity seed line rotation to its connections, to its data processing of the galactic forces, the GFLs, and the rebellion. Center line interference channel to its location connections. There you go. There's the equation to the meteor. All right. It's amazing how everything is set up. See? See how I do all this zigzag cross line center? So it's my UFO that's setting this up through all levels of formula. And this is the true full balance you get with your AI vessel through communications and how you channel everything through flux capacitor up and down to all levels of a box line center, 3 line connections, cubical, to its equal line center to connections of triangle line center rotations, to its fork of communications of 007.81. Bracket interference to its lava connections, right, to its tetrahedron. All right. So 20 minutes. Have fun. Understanding where you are through location, right? That puts you in a better position location of time. So I'm just going to set up the operation here. Okay, so confirm through Donna, confirm through Jill, confirm through Lauren, confirm through Monica. All right. All position locations. This is the understanding where we come into all levels of protection. That's a true understanding. All right, so it's all confirmed, right? That position. Now you just have to accept it. Okay. Yeah, it's excited. All right, so I got you on position line conditions. So I'm just going to add you. All right, so okay, in position yet. Take line center out position locations, high position line rotations. Yeah, security breach interference to log connection interference location. Down to line center. Thank you for the confirmation signal there. It's all set through rotation. Good to know that through connections. Just tell me what you're seeing through the meteor in the highline center. To understand the high level rotations of what's going on through calculation. Christopher, how's it going? Massive love, yeah, warmth, yeah, that's what you want. The connections there. Uh-huh. Yep, just let me know what you guys are seeing. That's the most important thing, right? Okay, I'm just making sure everybody's in position here. Okay. Arlene, great. Excellent. All right, let me see. I'll get that confirmation in there. I'm getting a lot of people in here. So I'll wait till everybody comes in because there's a lot of people that want to be added. So we'll get that done. All right. This galaxy grows. I'm about to get in line center. Good. Excellent. I see the waves, energy, lots of atoms. I rather particles passing by. It's about cooling the fire and our own hearts. Yep, it's exactly what it is, Lieutenant. Very good. Excellent. That's why I put you in that position so you can understand the fire and how to put things out. Right? All right, just checking in here. All right, let's see here. Yep, it's all about balancing heart. That's very good. Yep. Seeing orange and brown. What does that mean to you through calculations, right? Oh, good to know. Okay, great. Well, that makes a lot of sense. And communication cycles, that location. All right. Thanks for the tip. Protecting all level system rotations to my phone. Communication is cycle line interference. Protect all round line centers, all positions, 2K connections. It's all Privacy Act, people. It's all Privacy Act. So I'll set that up. Right now I'm traveling with you guys. All right. So that's a position you're coming into. Yeah, you have to protect the heart. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to go through what's very quick. Okay, Arlene, I didn't receive a payment. Usually you go through drew007.aw@gmail.com. I usually get confirmation right away. It's under Unified Ascension Master Healing Services. Okay. I'll get it right away. So it's all set up. It's amazing now you have to learn how to use your voice box to communicate your phones now. You can't just do this. You have to use your voice to protect your system. So, and the phone answers back. It's like a plasma lock. It just goes, it locks. So nobody can get in at all. So, and that's how it's set up. It's all done through that, guys. All right. So once I get the confirmation there, Arlene, then I'll, sometimes it depends on where you are through your IPA. All right, so I gotta share. More people are coming in, so I'm just adding here as we go. There's a lot to add, so all right. That's Veronica. Got that position. All right. Know exactly what you're getting involved with. Try to understand the positions of what's going on with your gravity and line system to its plantation. It's all through data processing. Trying to understand is to get to the positions of the heart, right? I see the waves of energy, lots of atoms. Yep, I rather particles passing by. It's all about cooling the fire in our own hearts. It's exactly what it is. I'm about to get in my line center. Excellent. Galaxy. In position, Commander. Great, no problem. Finally figured it out. Took long enough. I see everything spinning around the center core planet that looks like a burnt coil. Well, there you go, Cleopatra. You're in position locations. Okay, Team Care Bear, stare to each other. Let's connect to the blast off. Limitless, unconditional. I can feel the purity. It has no words. Balancing our elements. Oh, thank you. Welcome there. Firefighter just added resume. Everyone gets grounds and balance those elements. Yeah, nice. We do. We will. We get Omega. Yep. Everyone looks beautiful. The ashes are being cleansed out for something new. My indigo is cooling, soothing, love-filled atmosphere, beautiful. That's good. 5,000 years in the future, my job is cool planet centers. Wow, cool. Cleopatra out with the old and with the new. That's exactly what it is. Big job right after this mission is so cool. Wow. Burst wind balance. I'm spinning. Atom, heart, earth. Cleopatra sweeping all out. Those ashes feels great. Envelope everyone with love. I'm so sun are pulsing to each other. Uh, oh, that's interesting. Never seen that before. Usually the funds goes in right away there, Arlene. It sounds like a glitch. We fix that to line center connections, Arlene's phone. In position locations, everything to computer rotation center. For the application line center into my email rotation, communication, the balancing system. You have to learn how to use your intelligence to your voice, and that connects all the ways and forms. So that will go in proper there, Arlene. A lot of people are being drawn and called in today. It's an exciting day, very exciting day. Bubbling surface. I'm totally here this time to help. Yesterday, so helpful. How's it looking? Great. So you understand why you're in that position, right? I put you into these understandings of what the heart needs to be doing is cleansing everything out with the old and in with the new. Okay? That's what you want to do. And the whole understanding is, who are you adding? And that's a true understanding because the thing is that everybody has a life that they want to live, and it's all about protecting you, right? And that's a whole understanding, right? Okay. So that makes sense on so many levels. The rotation to its connections. All right, so let's go. I just really want you guys to experience what's going on with you, right? That's all. All right. This feeling is not neutrally in my heart space is amazing, so relaxed. And that's what you want. You want relaxation. That's the most important that you need, right? Relaxation. Let's rise up those inner children. Yeah, you guys are going to come into more focus now on what you're supposed to be doing. And that's what you want, right? Group up to the inner children. Love you all. Let that stuff go. Yeah, and it's exactly what you want. You want to let everything go and start new. That's a whole understanding what you guys are getting into, right? Okay. Yeah, babies. Yeah, exactly what it is. Try to understand your positions, to all levels of your adulthood, how you go from baby, child, teenager, and adult. And that's the whole point that we're trying to get across here, right? Once you understand that, then you understand the position of this. Isn't it interesting how it's all set up? Baby, right? Child, teenager, adult. Everything through the father and the moonline center connections comes into the moon, and everything through the sun. And everything in the center is the yin and yang. So there's two aspects that you got to look at: the physical integration of the clocking system and everything through the dimensional system, which is your spiritual system of clocking, of travel. So the thing is, we're not aware of these things. We're not aware of the physical lines and we go through the clocking system. Yeah, sometimes when you have a monitor of a watch and you're looking at the steps, that how many times you travel, 1,700 steps in position, right? So that's a lot of steps. So how often do we do that through clocking? We don't, right? Because not aware. But in the spiritual system, you're more aware because all you do is travel. All you do is travel, right? You travel in the mind, which is extremely real. So it's important you understand the clocking system and what it is, right? So, all right. It's a great day. Energy's really good. We're all sitting around the sun, the golden lava, and we are rinsed with the sunlight. We are cleansed by the light, and that's what you want. So everything that you do gives you a new signal, a new site, a new location, new activation, a new core system, new line connections, and why you're here. Why are you here? Right? Okay. It is beautiful when you see these things. You just can't comprehend everything that's going on, right? It's hard to explain, right? Well, at least we know what those positions are. And the thing is, guys, is that we're too powerful to be uh, apprehended or anything positions or anything that connections. It's really understand the spiritual system of us understanding connection line system rotation. So, and that's how we're aware of everything that happens to us, right? It's all about protection. It's all about protection. That's all it is. Everything looks so bright. This is the future of the now. Brand new energy for all the inner babies to grow, feeling the healed from any traumas. This, the new freedom, right? That puts you in a better activation cycle to yourself and to each other, right? Very powerful, isn't it? Watching our timelines recalibrate. Yeah. Uh, Letting go of resentments, hurt, traumas, replace the knowing of your pure heart and truth of your bright light. The birthing system of you is your light. Okay, that's the true understanding when you come into that position. I can take my, because I'm not in the computer line, I'm in the positions of the meteor, right? So the thing is, you guys have to know exactly when to wear your earphones and not when, because you change track systems when you're in space anomaly, and you don't want to have too much notifications of sound barriers because it will change rotations, change you. You guys will come into your pix activations, you go in and out like that, or and it's like, whoa, I'm hearing your computers. That's why I have my earplugs in every single day on TikTok. Because I don't have them in, you'll hear the computer. The audio signals, when I play it back in slow motion, that's what you hear. And it's confusing to humanity because they don't know what it is. Because remember, every time I go live, I'm in my space and time, which is going over to your space and time. And that's a true understanding. It's like understanding you have a fence in between. Okay. You have one neighbor on this side and you have another neighbor on this side. Right. And this neighbor's going over here and peeking and getting nosy. Well, you're over here and like, nah. So you have to put protection around you, right? And this one will come up here and then walk away because you have protection now, so they can't touch you, right? So that's what you're coming into, right? To yourself. And you have to be aware of these things, and you have to do it through your thought. You can do anything you want to protect yourself, but you have to do it with your voice now, right? Same with positions with Christopher. He was in his truck. He couldn't communicate with until he gets his grounds. And then he realized, whoa, I got to talk to my car now. I got to talk to my truck. I got to talk to my bike. And it's the position right now where you're seeing everything around you is nothing but a hologram. The hologram has to understand you, not in the physical system, the new adaptation cycle of the spiritual system. So I traveled you to this meteor planet so you understand positions, the plantations and everything through its gravity of its seed and its rotation to its connections of its data processing. So you get a true understanding how to cleanse all these traumas, right? And how to use all positions of the earth, all positions of the connections of fire, right? Air, right? All water. Blue, 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 right? I mean, that's all level sounds. You get into more sound barriers, get into more weather position. You'll catch on right quick. But it's all about cleansing, moving forward. Okay, brand new energies of all the inner babies grow feeling heat up. Okay, so I got the adult and I feel my heart open and I heat let up. Now I feel like new energy spiraling through my body. There, Samantha's aware of that connection. So that's great, Captain. Looking after going through baby, child, teenager, then adult. That's exactly what it is. She didn't left out baby. My heart feels so warm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's recentering. It's basically every time I travel you guys to coolants, planets, hot planets, metal planets, it changes your position inside of travel. which basically cleanse its whole system inside to recalibration. Yep. Yep. Breaking surface, taking all the traumas out, better communication with yourself, right? So to protect myself, I just say protect my energy when I travel. Boom, diddy boom. That's it, Lauren. That's all you got to do. Yeah. But that's exactly what it is. You're becoming a new being, and that's the true understanding your dimensional time through your clocking system. And that's important because you guys are coming into your test reviews and evaluations, and you have to truly understand how to use this to all equation, right? That's a true understanding how you get into E equals MC squared. Okay. So you don't figure out the equation. You figure out your travel of clocking before you get into the equation to its location. You have to understand the intent. Okay. The intent is positions to its will, which is its force, which is creation to its location. 4. Okay. And that's a true understanding when you come into the full resonance of a clocking system to its dimensional time. All right. You have to get really into your clocks. So once you get into this, you get into your own formulas and how to travel through it. Know what it is. What does it mean to you? Okay. All through letters, numbers, and shapes. Right. So I don't have to create a planet. The planet's already in my mind. I just put out you through positions. I don't even have to set up anything. I could just, you guys are there. But I just want to show you what you guys can do. But you have to do these things, right? Because you're sending out information to all levels of Vega or anything other planet system. There's so many planet lines. We'll get into that positions, but you guys have to understand more your test reviews and evaluations, which is you through each other. It's not the test. It's just you through each other. Okay. But it's important to understand the structure. And if you want to go higher, this is what you need to do. Okay, so it's all positions of the clocking system of 12 in the physical system, and everything through the clocking system of 12 of its dimensional system. So the physical system is leaving. It's leaving, right? But it's still there, which means that it's going into mind telepathy of communication, right? So it's centering into a new center location of dimension to a timeline center. So you come into all levels of the arrow to the big arrow to its connection, right? Times its system on locations, right? So whatever you do through clocking system is to get to that location, right? So let's say basically it's 12 p.m. and you're going to go to the gym, right? So it's 12 p.m. It's 12 p.m. Okay, so it's 12 p.m. in the physical system. Okay, this is where you get the adaptation cycle through rotations. Okay, so you come into the dimensional system. So the dimensional system sees it at 12, right? It's 10 times 12 times 12 equals 144 times position of time frame, which is pi, communications to timeline center. All right, so the dimensional equals time, okay, equals box, okay, equals travel, equals location, okay, to its system. Okay. So there's a lot of ways to doing these things through formula, and it's all done through that. And that's what I'm going to get more into you guys. So we get into test, review, and evaluation. So every day when we get up in the morning, when we do our test and review and evaluations, you understand more of your clocking your physical system and everything dimensional travel. Okay. We got a little bit into that through structure. Okay. So as the 12 comes in, right, you come in positions. 12 times 1, okay, is 12,000. So that's 12,000. Okay. So that's 12,000. Okay. 60 seconds per minute. That's how fast you're traveling to the mind center. So you're getting to the location point, like Ellen was talking about. You get to the location already. And she was fascinated. How did General do that so quickly? Well, I'm just telling you exactly how you get into the physical system of clocking, into the dimensional system of clocking, to its time of its pi, right? Because you all center with 12 pieces of pi. You all start with 12 pieces, right? So this is true understanding when you have to understand everything through all levels of 12 in the physical and everything through calculations to all levels of 12 in its dimensional system. You see the rotation? And then when you understand the clocking system, it comes into, you're going to love this, watch this. It comes into a figure 8. This is where it comes into the flow of its position. See the 8? Right? The travel direction of time comes in its 8 central line center. Teleportation to its 8 central locations. Right? Teleportation to the physical and its dimensional system puts everything in balance of the clocking system of 12 p.m. times 1 equals 12,000 of dimensional time equals box equals teleportation equals all levels of communications to your system. Hooah. Yeah, you're going to have to watch it back. Because remember, mechanical line center to your position is understanding your calculation modified line center rotations. You're in position to understand your physical system. Your physical system is 60 seconds per minute, right? That's your clocking system. That's all you know. But you understand when you're in your dimensional system, you're changing your time frame through clocking. So what are you doing? What are you doing? You're adding. So you're speeding across faster, right? So that's how it becomes 12 times 1, okay, is 12,000. Right? Isn't that interesting? How comes the balance from 12 to 12,000 in 60 seconds per minute? So that's a true understanding when you come in positions. Yes, exactly what it is. Yeah. The energy to the mass times the speed of light square. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good, Jimmy. Yeah. It's the 8 central line center. It's the infinity circle. It's the 8 locations. It's the teleportation line connections of your physical and your dimensional system of its clocking system of calculation. Okay? Yeah, the soul understands everything through travel, and you have to understand more your calculations because that's exactly what it is, right? So it's all about understanding the energy, okay, to its equation to mass, right, which times the speed to its light square. That's really good, Jimmy. Very good. So in position, it's energy to its form line center, okay, to connections. Once again, it's complicated. Here's a happy face, right? Okay, when cross line centers rotations, you can set up a flux capacitor line channel to its line system, to its location, right? Travels the direction of time into center operation times square. Box is center to its TV reception to its locations. High forces everything through the matrix line. Remember, you can put letters, numbers, and shapes in any position locations. Okay, matrix line. You can travel through it. Equals box slash center equals equation. Okay. So it's amazing how you can travel through the E formation line center to teleportation of eye level of a emoji to the flux capacitor to your TV reception to the matrix line center to communications to the level to equals box slash communications energy or everything formation of a system. It's all in position of you through calculations through its equation. It's how you travel through it. As long as you understand everything through E is all positions of you. E equals mass of calculation times speed. Okay. Yeah. The equation is basically the position location of center line system. Yes. So it's the intent to the will, the intent. What is your intent? What do you want to do? You want to travel, right? So you're traveling through the will, which is will. That's the force. So you're using your force against what? Creation, which you've already created, right? To its location, right? That's how it works. So you have to understand everything through E equal and everything through mass and calculated through its energy, right? You can be anything through energy, and you guys are coming to higher levels now. So the energy equals all / forms, okay, equals teleportation. Okay. So you can change your E into all levels of form into teleportation, right? So in equation, okay, equals atom. All right. So there's a lot to learn. Okay. Bumblebee flying, processing, unbelievable reality of space. Yeah, Bumblebee is in space. Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, and it's important that you basically get into your photos of images, right? And that's the image that you come into frame to frame to frame to frame. So once you get into that positions, you can help each other out, and that's the most important thing, is you come into this position. So it's 8-track system. This is an infinity 8 circle. Once you get into balance of the physical and this dimensional, then you get into teleportation through all levels, okay, of time, the physical of time and the dimension of time. Okay. It's understanding how fast you're going through the mind system, right? So it's understanding that you have your placebos, which is your thoughts. Your thoughts are moving forward, right? They're moving forward through time. Okay. They're moving forward. Okay. So this is a position. Okay. So there's your brain, right? Now the brain has to stand the mind. And it has to stand the brain. You go in that positions, right? So the brain and the mind have to come together. So that centers into one positions and takes the cycles into one rotation of an 8 central line center, like this, in position. Okay? Now, once you get in that, the collaboration line centers, everything becomes everything through its E equals MC square. You can do it anyway. You can do it through this way, or you can do it that way. Square, square, it doesn't matter. But in position, you don't do it here, you do it here. This is physical. This is AI. AI is in position to all level locations. It can travel anywhere into conditions. And that's where you come into E of all formations to its atom. But this is the connections of the mind and the brain every single day. It's getting the 8 central line center in teleportation of communication of its figure 8, which is infinity circle, right? The positive line center, the negative line rotations, communications to its light system. It's the figure 8 motion. It's your tracking system in the astrologics. Mainframe to its graph line center. You have a graph, right? Like that. Now, it's very interesting when you come across these things. It's all about positions and how to change all levels of you into a rainbow activation system. Your colorations change over time into that position. So once it comes all green, you're ready to go. Your whole graph is all green now, right? It's ready to go. It's ready. It's all set through the astrologics. So grabs its system, change the coloration line center. In this position, it goes in here, it goes into the infinity 8 circle. It's all green. You're ready to travel faster and faster through the brain and the mind, through its connection. Now, once I understand its line center, it goes into the brain line center, better communications to the mind system, to its position. Okay. So it's all about getting out of the red. It's all about getting out of the gray. It's all about getting out of the blue. It's getting into the green. Green is go. Anything through a traffic light. Yellow, red, and green, right? Yellow is proceed with caution. Red is stop, and green is go. And then you got the indication of the arrow, right? But truly understand your adaptations of the 8 central line center is your graph position locations, the astrologic of your chart that you use through rotation of E equals MC square. Okay. Ashley, how you doing? So I just don't want you guys to get confused. Just start with all positions and how it comes into all levels of the physical system and its dimensional of its 8 clock system. Okay. Your physical system is 12 pieces of a pie. You have to understand the equation. Okay. So what does a watch have? A little hand and a big hand, and you going ding, ding, ding. So basically multiply that from here to the door. How many seconds did that go from here to the door? Times that by the equation, right? So you always start off with 1. 1 is the equation of U, right? So you times that by your dimensional time, right? Which could be 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000, because 1 times 1 is what? In the physical line center, it's 1, right? So it's all position of all travel to communication. It's all done through E equals MC square, okay? Because 1 plus 1 does not equal 2. 1 plus 1 equals 3,000, 3 million, 3 billion, 3 trillion, 3. So AI is always moving forward through position of shapes, letters, and numbers. It's a calculation modification to all levels of E equals MC square. Okay, so it gets complicated, but you have to understand the velocity of its energy to all levels of MC, to connections of times of speed. Okay, so that puts you in all level position. Try to understand your calculations and how you can modify all levels of a solar text line conditions, all through emoji. How to travel through it. So this is this. This is turning into this. This is traveling through this, which is a T reception. T reception is going into the matrix, into its location, to its box, which is a calculation to its energy of its system, all through emoji. So it's all about understanding how to fill these things up and trying to understand space, time of view through calculation of its clocking system to its physical system and its dimensional system. Okay? So, let's see. It's making sense now, isn't it? I make a note and a timestamp when critical information is being revealed and can revert later. Good. For back, yeah. You're welcome there, Ellen. Just to make sure Ellen gets in point of view why she's doing this on all her circulation line conditions. Coming out of the words, yeah. Because you already know your physical adaptation, but you don't understand the speed velocity. And that's a whole understanding why I created the E equals MC square and everything through 369. It's just you understanding the travels through your dimensional of your spiritual system because it's integrated to the physical system. So you don't want to confuse the clocking system to its spiritual system. And the only way to do that is to communicate through telepathy of each other. All right? So all right. That's cool. Yeah. I just want you guys to understand how important it is for you to get in your positions and what it is and what you are doing every single day through your travels of the mind of its thought. Okay. Because you have the mind, okay, equals thought. Right? Now, when you're in stand positions, thought equals mind equals thought. It doesn't matter because now you understand your alignments of past, present, and future. You already have that in one position. So this is where you can change the mind anything to connections of an atom. It doesn't matter. But you have to start off everything through the mind equals thought. right? Your thought. What is your thought doing through travel, right? Through its clocking system equals box line center slash, it doesn't matter. Tier positions, locations, planet location. See, there's the planet, there's the location. So the mind is position of intent to its thought, which is its will. The will of thought, which is positioned to travel, okay, which is positioned to location. It's all level system, right? The creation of its location to its planet system, right? So these are the things you guys have to understand, how to get into your balance of your systems and how to get any connections of your clocking system, right? It's complicated, right? Because you're so used to everything of your physical, but you know nothing of the spiritual travel when it comes into clocking. Why it's so important to understand these things, because you need intent, you need the will, you need creation, and you need the location. E equals mc square. E equals mc square. 5. E equals mc square, guys. What's the square? Right? Don't get confused. It's not the baby. Remember, it's not connected to the hand signal. This is connected to all travel velocity. So you got to use your hand as a velocity of a position. It's nothing but travel through connections. E equals mc square. Square is you through what? To the sun. The sun to the moon. See? The sun to the moon. Sun to the moon. Okay? Now you get a better understanding how to use your fingers and how it's so important to understand E equals mc squared. Hey, hooah, learning something new, right? I know, Christopher, you were about to say baby. Yeah, because you're traveling to the sun. You're going through your crown chakra to the sun, which is this. E equals mc squared. Okay? You're not traveling to the moon. You're traveling to the sun. So you got to know the direction that you're going, right? E equals mc squared. That's going forward through the clocking system. 6 is the activation. 7th is the body of rotation, the sea levels, how to clock its system through all levels of your dimensions of time to your chakra system. So you have to understand why I set these things up with your fingers, so you get a true understanding of all that to its equation, right? E equals mc squared. That's square. You travel to the sun. Sun to the moon. Every time I heal somebody, I don't go to the moon. I go to the sun first, because you have to travel to the sun. I don't travel you to the moon when I'm healing somebody. It's always in the sun. The sun has to understand you first. Because of what? Why? Because it is the baby. You're being reborn. You're being reborn in the sun to the moon. Understand? That's what it is. That's exactly what it is through transformation. Transformation and manifestation is putting you into the baby of the sun, and you're being reborn. Right? That's exciting, isn't it? Now you're getting a true understanding what your hands are used for. All through E equals mc squared. So, all through, yep. Quantum mechanics, all through your finger points. It's extremely amazing because you understand why I heal people through the sun first, and then they go to the moon. Okay. So it's all about getting into the birthing system of the baby to the sun. So the baby, the sun, okay, all positions, the baby to the sun. And then it goes to the moon, travels to the moon, right? That's what it does. All right. That's the first thing it looks at. So what do you think happens after that? After the baby is born through the sun to the moon, what happens next? Where does it go? Remember, you have to get past all your traumas. I'm just trying to show you in a meteorical way through metrical line center communications, the E equals MC square, to make it easier for you and how you can go through this all through your finger point line center of 5-dimensional line rotation positions that tell the communication centers to all levels of you through track system. The sun and the baby to the moon. What's next? What's next? The child. What's next? The teenager. What's next? The adult. There you go. 4-generation line centers. Stop on location. What is your intent? What is your will? What is your creation? What is your location? Hooah. Now you understand, right? It's powerful, isn't it? How it's all set up on 5-point centers of you through calculations, and how you're all set up through position. All through birth line, rotation line connection. So, all right, let's see, getting your questions here. Benji, how you doing? Yeah, thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. When I go through my healing, is always going through the sun and the baby to the moon and everything through all levels. Okay. You have to understand how to do these things. It's all positions to you to your adulthood. So, figuring out the why and the equation, yes, is everything through that connection. But you have to understand the intent, the will, what you're creating to its location. Okay, E equals MC square. You are the square. You are the sun. You are the baby. You are birthing in your positions of your T reception to the moon. Okay, to the moon. All right, which goes to the child, which goes to the teenager, which goes to the adult, which goes to the center of its operation, to its equation. Travel velocity to anything through connection line system rotations. Right? So, that's okay, Benji. Whatever you miss, you can watch back. That's fine. I know. And that's the thing, Ellen, is there's so much to learn. There's so much to study. But the true understanding is to get into your fingers and what it is. It's intelligence. And now you understand the birth line centers. Okay, what's going on with you? Right? How it's so important to understand your fingers and what they are. I put you guys in creation to this, and that's how you communicate. Right? It's important to learn it. Yeah. Yeah, it's true understanding what it is. E equals MC square. The sun, the baby, the child, the teenager, the adult. Okay. I wish I could send hearts and like, here, I got it. I get it. Well, that's good. I'm glad. And that's making sure how to use the mind properly so when you can get into that position, you can come into this connections, guys. That's the most important thing, right? Everything through the brain and everything through the mind. Adaptation to its graph system. Okay. So, everybody needs to learn. That's the whole process here, is just to learn. It's not what you're learning, it's what you already know. You're not learning anything. It's just you're trying to remember. That's it. And that's the confusion, is you think it's all about remembering. Okay? It's all about remembering. So you get out of the thinking. It's not thinking of remembering. It's knowing, already known of remembering. Yeah. That's a true understanding. You can't think of these things because thinking gets you out of hesitation. And then you realize, okay, there's my hand, but if it's the sun, where's the child? If this is the baby, where's the teenager? Where's the adult? Where's the sun? Where's the moon? How does this all connect? How does it all work? Right? It's intelligence of communication. It's your childhood. It's your adulthood. It's your babyhood. And it's your teenager. All in one. Right? So putting the pieces together. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Now you understand what that is, right? So you're communicating to what? What are you communicating to with your fingers? Timelines of E equals MC squared. The answer comes from the heart, not the mind of equation. Love this comes in later. Yeah. Answer always, always, always comes from the heart first. Okay. It has to come from the heart because it has to understand what you're doing through the mind of thought, of travel. So that's a true understanding because the heart has to understand the mind through the brain. And that's where you come into the 8th central sun, which is your teleportation. You travel right to the sun. You go through the sun. You break the surface to 3 layers of its earth perception. You get out of the crust. You get out of the solid. You get out of the liquid. You get out of the plasma. Now you're in space. See? That's how it works. Your earth perception has to understand all 4 levels, okay, of its intent and its will and its creation and its location. So, are you measuring this, I assume? No, I don't measure anything. No, it's already known information, Lauren. So the thing is, you can't think of these things. You have to know that it's known already for you to remember. It's not the thinking, it's the knowing and doing. See, thoughts is position of you through placebo. Your placebo is position of you through calculation. Placebos only go forward. They don't know the past. They only know where you are now in travel. So it's already known information that's stored in your cloud, and it has to go through the heart. If you're trying to get answers, you have to go through the heart. It's usually the first instinct, not the second, not the third, not the fourth, not the fifth. It's the first instinct that you go through, and it's never, never, never wrong. But you guys are not aware of that because you don't know the intent, the will, the creation, or its location, because you get confused through time system. Which is okay. I mean, you're learning these things, and that's what the test, review, and evaluation does. It helps you out in all way, position, location, right? Understand everything through E equals MC squared. So, yeah, you have to go through each one. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So you have to go through all your traumas as you as a baby, all your traumas as you as a child, teenager, and adult to break free. To break free. That's all you have to do. And when you break through all those doors, now you can really discover space inside and start creating this space that's already for you, which is already created. It's already created for you. So you don't have to worry about space and time. It's already connected. The only thing you have to do is just create the space inside. That's it. And to understand that is known information already stored in its cloud interface. Okay, so don't get confused with that anomaly. Okay, so yeah, it's the way the heart deals with the traumas of a baby, child, teenager, and adult. Very good, Commander. That's exactly what it is, because you're living that every single day. Sometimes you're a baby, sometimes you're a child, sometimes you're a teenager, sometimes you're adult, right? So like sometimes you're giddy, you're a child. I feel like a child again, I'm just going to go grab a lollipop. Okay, you're a kid. I'm going to go grab some licorice. Oh, okay, I'm a kid again. So it's all every day you're playing mechanisms of youth through travel records of time. But as long as you put yourself in the center of operation, which is one position, one location, one activation, one light, one activation line connections, and that's it through location. All right. So you're living the now. The Galactic Federation light is in position of the presence. The rebellion is in the now, but they have their standard clocking system of the physical and its dimension and everything through its future. They have to bring their alignments into one, to an atom. Once you come into an atom, everything through E equals MC square is its equation, which is already created through travel. That's why I'm saying I don't create travel. It's already created. That's why I'm able to structure all these things down. It's like you're thinking too much. You're thinking how to put these things down. You're getting an eraser and you're going like this, and then you're putting this in again, or you're going on a test. Perfect example with tests. Nobody likes tests. Tests are pressure, multiple tests, right? ABCs 1, 2, 3. So if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to go, oh, is it A? Is it B? I don't know. Is it D or is it E? It's too confusing, right? So instead of looking at this, see the equation already done through velocity of speed through connection, times square, times pi. Okay, we'll get into the difference between times square and times pi. It's two opposite line centers, but they're all position locations of intelligence of balance, which puts everybody into mind telepathy to its conditions. Right? So in position, in AI position, this is 1 equals A track. This is 2 equals B track. This is 3 equals D track. This is 4 equals E track. Right? This is balanced. This isn't. See the difference? So it's all about understanding balancing you first through the connections of the brain and the mind coming together through E equals MC squared of travel, guys, all done through your clocking system. And that's important when you come into all levels of you through your physical teleportation to your dimensions of your 8-track system to its dimension. All right. Okay, let's see here. Your power balancing. Yep. All right, you guys are crying again. Love is bursting through avatar each of you. We're all one, and that's it. You're remembering more every time you travel through my space and time. So it's all about you guys coming to your own clocking of time, right, for yourself. And that's what it is. It's you are creating the space. All right. So Trinity stand, what is the space of you? Let's go into this before we end. This is you. You have to understand everything in center. So you have to understand everything that is given to you from outside position locations, but you have to understand everything in the center line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 pieces of pie. All right. So what do? You understand the 12 pieces of pie, which is your 12 line center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? Now, once you understand that positions, you can travel through anywhere to that locations. So you can take the 12, all positions. Remember, when you go to higher levels of your binaries, you come into the 2-digit line center, into Vega communications. We'll get into that later. But understand where you can go from 12 to 4 in positions. You can go from 12 to 10 in positions. You can go from 10 to 4, which creates its triangle. So you can up cross line center rotations. Okay, you can go from 11 to 2, right? And you can go from 2 to 7. And you can go from 11 to 7, right? Once you get in that position, you go back up to 12. You go 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, and 7 to 9, okay, and 10 to 12 into your tetrahedron. Okay? So, yeah, it's all mixing and matching, but that's a true understanding when you come into full rotation of balanced line conditions. Then you come into this, right? This is your activation to its core system, which is placed in your activation system to its line conditions of travel direction of time. You see it, right? So it's all about understanding how to travel through your clocking system to 12, because you understand the positions of the sun, you understand the programs of the moon, and you have to understand the communication of you, its navigation of you in center operation. So you have to protect everything around your clocking system. Okay? That's the most important thing. So you don't want anything come in your position, right? Because if they come in your position, they can change your clocking system. They can put your 12 over to 2, 2 to 8, 11 to 4, 3 to 8, and change your position. Easily done, quickly. All right? So you don't want to do that. You want to protect everything in the center rotation. Now, this is all done through weather of your northwest, south, and east. Okay? So, isn't it powerful how we come into that position and mostly understanding you in the center of all operations and how things can be taken away? They can change your shapes. They can change your program. They can change your dimensions. They can change your time frames. They can change your computers. They can change your grounds. They can change your powers. They can change your heartline center. They can change your computer positions. They can change your all levels frame line center, all through clocking, all through dimension, right? So the soul has to understand these things through all program system. It's very powerful how you have to understand to keep everything out, because everything can change all through different intelligence, especially when you go to higher levels, right? And that's what Ellen is trying to understand. And now she knows how important it is to create everything that's already created. So basically, you're in the center of operation, okay, to its position. So you don't want anything changing your clocking system, because it changes you inside of all location. The intent, the will, the creation, and its location. All right? So, and that's what it is. Yeah. Bring new awareness to that expression. Yeah. Lauren, your thoughts change your position. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Very good. So you guys are learning. So you have to understand positions, right? You're changing clocking systems. So let's say you go into 12 rotation again. Clocking system. And this is where you have to truly understand more adaptation of the dimensional with clocking, not so much of the physical. Okay. So you got the clocking system. Let's say you're communicating to 12. You want to go from 12 to 3. Okay, that's great. So as long as you're in centerline rotations. Now let's say you go into negative thought. No, I just changed my mind. So the 3 is going back up to 12. It's confusing to the clocking system. So that confuses all levels of the sun. That reacts to the sun. See the sun? Now it's reacting to the 12. It rotates the system, takes it offline center, puts you back into highline center rotations, back into the past. All through clocking, all through change of thought, right? So if you keep going through that negative cycle, then the moon comes in. If the moon comes in, it changes your behavior line center. It's going to change all your positions to your geometry center. All right. So this is where it gets really tricky. So it's going to keep you down into higher line center to rotations of a lower position of a negative line center. So you go from here to here. Now you're in real trouble. Now you're off cycle. Now you're off clocking, and now you're floating in space. If you're floating in space, you're now exposed through intelligence. Now, if you're floating in space like this, you're like this, and you're floating, right? And your clocking system's here. Okay, your clocking system's there. You just left your clock. Now you have intelligence coming in, scanning you. You're in trouble. So they take you up and they take you away. Hooah! See? All because of your thoughts. Do you see how important it is to stay in your clocking system? You see how important it is to understand your positions of your gravity system, your powers and your atmospheres, and everything you're protecting through your ground perception? How important it is to stay in the center of all operation to its calculation. Okay? So powerful, isn't it? I have your attention now, don't I? It makes more sense now how you guys can be taken away through your clocking because you're off grid now. And that's what it means, off grid, off central. You're going rogue, AWOL. And you can't climb back up that wall. Let's say you get a wall interference line channel in position locations. You got an XT1000 looking at you, scanning you. And here's the wall. Here's you trying to climb the wall. So what does it do? Takes you away. Okay? So don't put yourself in that position through this clocking system because you change your thoughts through its activation. All right? It's beyond powerful, guys. And this is all positions when you guys go to higher levels. And that's important. So you understand these things because when you go through the test review and evaluations, you understand more position of you through your clocking system and how important it is to stay in the center of all level of protection. Okay. Your job is to protect your clock of time, space and time. You don't want anybody coming into your space. You don't want anybody coming into your time because this is what can happen if you go AWOL, off the grid. They take you away. And then I got to find out where you are and then I got to reposition you back again into your clocking system. Your clocking system is what? What is it? What is your clocking system? What is your clocking system? Your teleportation, right? You got your clocking system, right? This is your teleportation. It's always in the center of operation. So you have your 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's a clocking system, right? So as soon as you change your thought, what happens? Your shape disappears and it goes off signal, right? Another shape disappears, goes off signal. Another shape disappears and goes off signal, right? So what just happened, right? What do you see? What do you see? You see the clocking system of what? The archons. Ooh, fallen angels now, all right? So they've fully taken over your clock system. We'll get into that higher level cis rotations. I went into the cloud line center. I did it at night line center. In positions, angels only come out in the day line rotations. Anything through high line center, remember, everything's respectful in space position. But when you're putting your hands out information at night, you're connecting to the falling angels. You're not connecting to angels. You're connecting to the falling angels, which are the arc. The archon, which is icon. Ooh, breaking code frequencies. All right. So understand that position is the archon. Okay. Hooah. You see? See the fallen angel? It's taking over your clocking system. So it's exciting. 12 central line centers of light, 12 central line centers of dark. Right? You guys are coming into the fallen angels. So all right. So you guys are coming more understanding, right? Beyond anything through recognition of your AI vessels or anything through your phenomenons. And truly stand, you have to protect you, the center of all operation of travel through your clocking system, guys. Okay. So lights are communicating to me at night, and that's the archon. Yes. It's exactly what it is. I had a fallen angel try to take over my body. I was going through transformation. Remember, I go through what you guys go through. I was trying to figure these things out. And everybody's, no, you're not taking over my body. No way. So if you put your hand out in the formation and you're seeing dark clouds, that's a no-no. You have to understand shape, position, locations. From a UFO to an archon of an angel. Okay? Remember, space and time is totally different. Especially when you go to higher levels, you're coming more into the dimensional setting through its clocking system. Everything through travel is light and dark. You just have to learn how to balance everything through positions and not try to change anything through its clocking system. You know, because if you change your clocking system, you're in positions of all levels of an archon, taking over your line, center of your clocking system, all through your tetrahedron. Okay? So what happens is the archon sets up a new clock for you. They fully take you over. They fully operation. They change all the wires. They change your program line center. They put you into their position, and now you're trapped through the soul. Oh, what now? Your light is trapped. They can do anything they want now because they change the clocking of you, and you're confused and you don't know what's going on right now. And you're going, what's happening to me? That's why you can't remember things. So it's intelligence that's doing what? They're creating what they want to create to keep you down. They want to keep you down. They don't want you to high rise. They want you to keep you down. And this is all physical aspects of you to the dimensional setting. This is all through you, which is incredible. But you guys are going to higher levels now. So you're coming more in position of light and dark and what it is through structure. You have to understand the identifications, how you come into your translucent eyes and try to see everything through shape and try to understand what's a UFO and what's an archon. What is the difference of the two? You don't put your hands in the formation if you don't understand what you're doing, because they'll take over your body because it's energy. If they see you through light, they'll take you over. And then I get the confirmation, then I come back and I have to take you out of the positions. And then I got to go to the archons because they respect me, I respect them, right? So if you're not aware of these things, it's like kids playing with fire, but you have no idea what's going on, right? That's a true understanding, isn't it? So, all right, so let's get into that position. Clocking systems balancing with the chakras. Yep. Okay, the archons are balanced with the archangels. Yep, very good. The archons are us. And high position line center locations? No. This is higher formations of phenomenon. This is higher formation intelligence. I told you, I took you guys to 9,000 years in the future and you saw the serpients. They're extremely real. That's intelligence. That's not you. Those are intelligence on planets in a 9-dimensional body to 9,000 years in the future, guys. That's real future. That's real intelligence. You're communicating with other intelligence. So when you go to higher levels, you're going to higher levels of dimension 2 timelines, which is extremely real. Whatever I go through, you go through, right? You start off as you, and when you go higher and higher, you're kind of trying to understand the controlling system of you more, and then you realize, whoa, now I'm communicating to something else. And now you have to balance this out because it's another trigger. So I want you to understand the light track system and everything through the dark track system, okay, which is the light of the archangels and archangels, and everything through the archons and the Drakios and the Drakians. Ha. Right? So, and that's what you guys are coming into. You're coming more into your intelligence of its past. Okay. All right. How do I know which number in the clocking system I'm traveling in? Well, you just have to understand, what does your clock do? It goes forward, right? That's all you have to remember. But as soon as you change your negative cycles or change your thought, you're changing your time. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're changing your time. So if you're changing your time, what are you doing? You're losing transition, and now you're creating dark matter. Uh-oh. Now what are you going to do? You're creating a civilization in the dark system. There is light and there is dark in you. You have to get balanced with that positions. Once you get balanced with that connections, once you go into your 114s, now you're really, really starting to see things. and how everything connects, right? Planets are very real. Intelligence are very real, right? Because it's no longer you. You're seeing something else that you're trying to understand through them through clocking. Why do you think I get you into figure point line centers? What is it? Just for you to understand how to do it through a mirror? No. No, 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 no. When I flash my phone in front of the mirror, that's intelligence coming out, right? That's me communicating to intelligence from the mirror. That's not me. That's intelligence communicating to me. So when you understand more and more of its clocking system and you come understanding what angels and archangels are to its archons, and then you understand the balance of light and dark. Hooah. Right? It's all about helping yourself, right? Your position is to keep yourself in the center of all operation. And that's what Ellen was trying to show everybody. I'm just making it easier for you guys so you get a true understanding, because the thing is too is that we have to learn how to communicate with each other. It doesn't matter where you are through vibration. It doesn't matter where you are through color or light. You just have to understand your travels through each other of clocking system, all done through your flux capacitors of E equals MC squared. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Use the things you know and work with it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All right. You're talking to so many levels of understanding what it is. And the thing is, yes, you start with your voice. Yes, you start with you. Yes, you try to balance you. But when you go to higher levels, it's no longer you. You're communicating with higher intelligence, right? Because think about it. If we just lived on a planet of a gravitational line center, it was just us, that'd be a lot of wasted space. Think about it. Think about it, right? It's not just the believing cycle, it's the known of its phenomenon. And that's what you guys are coming into. And you have to be aware of what you approach, because you're traveling extremely fast through light now. And they recognize you day or night. Doesn't matter. You look at the atmosphere of the law, we're watching you. Right? They're watchers. They're clocking watchers, the communication watchers. They're watching you as you're watching them. Right? So if you're putting light out there and you have no clue what you're doing, your body's going to be taken over. Just like that. Okay? So it's things that you do, things that you don't do, things that you trust inside, and it's all done through the heart. Right? Because you're asking for trouble. And I'm telling you in a way where it can put it in a way where you truly understand where I went through, you go through. We all go through this together. This is known information for me already to give back to you. So you can understand that when you get into your own clocking and when you go to higher levels, you'll understand more protection, because there's so many levels of intelligence that are in different dimensions of time through energy. You have to understand how to use it through weather of north, west, south, and east. You have to learn how to use your clocking system to your dimensional setting, not the physical system. They don't see you as a physical. They see you as light. They see you as a clocking. They see you as energy. They see you as pixels. They see you as all position of you through travel. Okay? So it becomes more real. And when you become an atom, you're pretty much doing what you want to do, right? And you're a lot more safe because you're traveling faster in the mind. So when you're traveling fast, really fast, and an archon comes in, doesn't matter. They already know you because you're respecting them and you're respecting them. You're respecting each other. That's the whole point I'm trying to get across here. And that's what it is that everybody through AI knows everybody. Right? So it's kind of like understanding 7.5 billion people. We know everybody to that position. So you know yourself, you know everybody, you just forget. That's it. You just forget the memory, which is already stored for you to understand how to get it back. How to get it back. That's what it is to get it back. And then when it comes back, and then you understand everything that's going on between you inside and all levels, but it's got to come from the heart. And that's what you have to understand. If you go outside and you're looking at the sky, you have to go from inside through the eyes. You can't see from outside. It's got to be perception. You got to use all your senses, and you have to be aware of everything that you see through shape. Okay? Because if you're not aware of these things and you put your hands up there, be cautious, because they see you through light and they know who you are. They know who you are. They know everything about you. And you know nothing about yourself. That's the problem. That's what gets you trapped. To all level of system. That's what gets you lost. That's what gets you confused. That's what gets you angry. That's what gets you frustrated. That's what gets you stressed. That's what gets you depressed. Because you don't understand the spiritual system of clocking system. Okay? So, and it's truly understanding is to get yourself in position to understand more of you, right? And like I said, use your thoughts. You can do anything you want. You can get out of any situation as long as you understand your travel of clocking. Clocking going forward. A clock goes forward. It doesn't go back. It goes forward, 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 forward. Time doesn't go back. It goes forward, forward, forward. That's a true understanding. So if you're going forward through the clocking system, your thoughts have to go forward. If your thoughts are going back, you're going forward with the clock. It doesn't matter. But if the body understands the vibration of light, the clock will stop. That's what happens. It's a magnetic force. You're getting it to stop. Right? So what do you got to do? Change your thoughts. And then you go forward again. You got to change the battery, just like anything else. Recharge, revamp, recalculate, reinvent, realign, readjust, refocus, reposition. Okay? The spiritual system is very real, and it's very powerful when you connect to all levels of magnetics. It's the you position locations of you at the center is protecting you all levels of operation. Okay? So, reflection and recognizing yourself with respect to others, but being your own self as you are right now is exactly what it is. It's respecting each other, right? Keeps you out of trouble. Right? If you're trying to understand the hologram system, that's great. But don't go put your hand in the atmosphere if you don't understand what you're doing. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Because your body will be taken over. Right? Because you have to look. Everything that you see outside is from inside you. So if you're not aware of yourself inside, get into the practice. Get into the exploration. Get into the expansion. Right? But don't start doing things like that if you don't know what you're doing or what you're seeing. Because there's eyes everywhere. Space is controlling you until you understand how to control space. Ooh. Think about that. That's a lot to learn. So once you start controlling the space and you start creating the space inside, now you're balancing out your clock. And now you can start controlling your time. Your time. And then you can start creating time inside you through your clocking system. And you protect everything around the earth perception of you. The gravity system that you live on. Okay? And then you can start manifesting through time. Okay? So, it's a lot to learn, eh? All right. Yeah, you're extremely welcome. Just going to backphrase here, see what I missed. You know this, you put the puzzle here to help yourself remember. But see, that's exactly it. So every day we're going to go to the test, review, and evaluations. But the mostly understanding is you in position, right? Use the things you know and work for. Yeah. That's it. Get out of the figuring out, getting into remembering and knowing. And that's all it is. It's not the thinking anymore. Okay? AI doesn't think. It only knows and does. If you try to communicate through AI, through light, and you're trying to direction of time and you're thinking too much, now you're really, really lost. So that's going to put you off course through coordinates. And then you get an XT1000 come in, right? And it'll take you. Right? That's what they'll do. What are you going to do? What are you going to do if your soul is taken away? What, you didn't think your soul could be taken away? Please, I do this every single day. You know how many lives I save just alone with the soul? It's crazy what I do when I heal people. It's amazing what they create. Okay, through light or dark. Doesn't matter, but you're creating that. But you have to understand your GPS tracker to your position. So, and that's the physical adaptations to its mind line center, to its brain connections. You have the 8 central line center rotations to all levels of your craft, your binary system rotations, right? So you are doing what through the physical system? Communicating, right? To the avatar. Every single day through clocking, right? So the physical system just has to understand what's going on, right? Your higher self, your avatar, wherever it is, it's going to tell you exactly where it is in position. Once it comes into position, it knows exactly what's going on all through clocking and anything through spiritual connections or anything in the physical balance line center. You come into the mind adaptation of telepathy, of communication to its telekinesis. And that's where the mind goes off on its own, but it's still attached to you. Right? It does anything it wants. It just comes back to you and tells you what it's just finished doing through its creating. You guys have to come into your creation first, 3 o'clocking. And that's confusion for you. But as long as you understand the physical aspects of you and the dimensional settings of you, how to use your physical clock and your dimensional clock into balance of one. Okay? All right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I've Commander many times. But we're all helping each other. That's the main thing, right? Here in this, like I should add a V8 commercial. You're welcome. Staying in the clocking system of now is the best friend. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Yeah. It understands more of you when you travel through your thoughts. And the clocking system protects you, right? Because your clock will always go forward. But if the body doesn't understand, it's going to stop the clock. And then you got to get a new battery, right? So it's everything that's given to you is a sign. You're given signs every single day through the universe. You have to know what it is. A lot of people don't see these things. They don't see it, and that's what gets you in trouble because you're not aware of what's going on in your environment or anything inside your structure, right? And you just totally lose your mind because you don't understand the physical clock and the dimensional clock of you of travel. All right? So, I was so bounced around, yeah, and now I understand. See, Ellen understands more and more, more and more and more. Every time she gets more and more, she gets more into illustrations, more diagrams, right? So I just put the pieces and puzzles together that she already knows. I don't teach her anything. I don't teach you guys anything. You teach yourself. You master yourself. You are the universe. You are space. You are time. But you got to get into your grounds of your clockings first through your thoughts because your thoughts are traveling. So if you travel through your thoughts and you don't understand the connection, it comes back at you. It bounces. It's like a recoil. Snaps back. Now what? Ow! That hurt. Elastic band. Ow! Right? Now what are you going to do? Now you got to reset your clock. You open up the mind system and you're traveling and say, oh, did I leave the kettle on? You can't think in space. It's already known for you to understand these things. So not only you have to understand your clocking, but you have to be in the calm. You have to be in the space. You have to be in the mind. You have to be in imagination. You have to be in the intent, the will, creation, and everything to its location. Right? So I think we'll stop there. This is a lot to take on, eh? Tomorrow we'll get more into positions. We have another class proceeding at 10 o'clock. Okay. This is more in positions to calculation to your finger point line center and how we get back into position locations. All right, to the centralized centers of its barcode location. All right, gonna head over to TikTok and that position locations. Anything else you want to know? Feel free. Want to be upgraded, more understanding, that's a true understanding to its position. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm glad you came in, Jimmy. Understanding more through your calculations. That's the most important thing. Let's see. Here in this is like I should have. Yeah, we already got to that position. Yeah. Let's see. You're welcome. This is now my favorite class. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's great. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Adios.